Giovanni de Monta. Giovanni de Monta by his home for himself. Please welcome the CEO of Gobi, 랜스콘드레.
I got emotional there for a second. This has been a dream of mine for a long time, and I'm just super grateful to all of you to making that dream a reality. You've heard from Romano here that I've done this for a long time now. I've trained teams in 60 plus countries, over 2 million distributors around the world, and I have never had a group of leaders as talented, as fantastic, as truly exceptional as the group of leaders right here in this room here today. And you probably just think I'm blowing smoke because I'm like hype guy, right? Let me read you some numbers. And there's MLM numbers and then there's e-commerce subscription numbers. So MLM numbers, you got to divide by 2 and squint a little bit and then subtract a little bit. When we get into e-commerce subscription, we're just gonna give you the actual numbers. We get a daily report, okay? And because of addition here, and I have to do a little addition, I'm gonna round on one of them and I'll tell you which one. But we started June 7th, a pre-launch. This is our official launch event for Gobi. You're here on day 1. Congratulations to all of you. Since June 7th, we've put on you. We started with 10, and now we've brought together 23,632 promoters. That's because of you. That's amazing. We've done right about 7 million. Depends on which number you're reading, plus or minus 7 million in sales. Our best month was 1.6 million. We, on a daily basis, are bringing on hundreds and hundreds of new people, sending out thousands of packages all around the world. Our fulfillment team has been amazing. Our customer service team has been off the charts. Our back office is the best I've ever seen in the industry. And the leadership that makes this go is you. And I've done this for a long time. If you look to your right, you look to your left, you see some amazing, talented people that you should be following into business, that you should be leading teams into battle. And for that, I'm just super grateful to be here. My name is Lance Conrad. I always tell people God's first, my wife's second, then comes my family, then comes my business. And you know what? Business, I make friends for a living. When we become business partners, you become part of the family. And so if it's God first and family second, Tanya gets a nod. But that's because she's my wife. I'm just grateful to be here with you on this kickoff event. I'm going to share with you a little bit about the vision of Gobi, where we're at, where we're going. The best training is going to come from you, the leaders in the audience here today. So we'll have some amazing training here today. I would soak it all in. I would feed off that energy. I would take lots of notes because it's that energy and excitement that you bring back to your city, to your state, to your country that's going to help your business grow. This is an energy business. And part of that energy is it's an adventure. I mean, Burke, Angel, and myself, I think we've been to 15 countries in the last 7 months, right around there. Doing the business, launching teams, meeting people, doing events just like this all around the world. In fact, the last one Angel and I just got back from, we went to Ecuador. And it was kind of cool. We had an extra day. And in that day, that morning, we had planned to go with a couple of the local promoters, and we were going to go for a little hike behind our condos. And the guy came, and he was super nice, very excited. Ricardo was excited to take us on a hike. He said, I love to hike. In fact, last week, I went to Cotopaxi, a volcano nearby. And we're like, wow, that's pretty cool. And how far is it? It's like 45 minutes. Hey, what are you doing today? No, I've got the day to hang out with you guys. Angel and I looked at each other. Can we go to Cotopaxi? They said, yeah. So we had a quick change of plans. We drive 45 minutes to the Cotopaxi National Forest, another 45 minutes to Cotopaxi Gates, like where you go in. Then they had changed the rules, and you needed, if you're international, if you're local, you just go in. If you're international, you needed to have a guide. So we had to wait about an hour to get a guide. By the time the guide got there, by the time we got there, remember we weren't planning this event, they said you have to start right now or you'll never make it up and back in time before the park closes and you'll be locked in overnight. So we were in a hurry, and so we take this truck that Ricardo was driving and our guide and me and Angel, and we zigzag up the side of this volcano. There's lava rocks everywhere. It's smoking off the top. It's just under 19,000 feet. The tallest mountain I've ever been on. It was pretty amazing. And as we're driving up, this is kind of a side note, but Ricardo's like, you know what, a month, 2 months ago, before I started putting the fuel tablets in my truck, it wouldn't make it up this mountain to the trailhead. I had to hike up. That was kind of interesting. So we're going up, we get to the trailhead, we start to hike up Cotopaxi. It's snowing. We hadn't really planned for that, so we're like bundling all up. A lightning storm is coming and it's crackling in the distance, mountains smoking. I've never felt electricity crackle through my hair, all the hair stands on end. I mean, it was incredible. And we're at serious altitude here. I mean, we did maybe 1,000, 1,500 feet. It wasn't a super long hike, but at that kind of altitude to 16,000 feet or about 5,000, 6,000 meters, something like that. It was tough. It was tough to breathe. The snow's coming down. Angel was like, dude, I'm not quitting. We kept checking on him. He started to turn blue in the face. It looked like he was going to fall over. The guide's like, do you want to turn back? We're like, is it safe? And she says, no, it's safe. We can keep going. So we make it to the top of Cotopaxi and we look out, and it's inspiring. I mean, up above, it's all glaciers and lava rock and ashes are falling down on us, truly. And then you see the mountain ranges out in the distance and wild horses running. And so the guide takes us down and we get in the car. As we're driving out, because we had the guide, we decided to go out a different way. And we end up stopping at a lake. And at this lake, she goes, hey, let's go walk. It wasn't that big of a lake, but she just wanted to show off. And so we went out to this lake and she put on a local tribal costume and she started teaching us dances. And we're doing all these dances off this lake for like a half an hour. And all of this leads up to when we came back to our vehicle, a car had pulled in next to us, a family from Colombia had showed up, and their car looked like it was on fire, just spewing steam. And they're trying to pour water in the radiator as the car's still on. And so Ricardo and Angel jump out. I don't know a whole lot about cars, but they run over. First, they turn off the car, you're gonna get hurt. They turn off the car. We had a ton of water bottles, so we started dumping all our water bottles in the car to try to get the car to cool off. And we finally get it cooled off, and we get the caps back on, and we get the engine back in place, and we get the family back in place. We said, tell you what, follow us out. If you don't get out by 5, you don't leave the park. It's 4:30, and so we had to drive out of the national park. And so now we've got a family of 4, husband and wife from Colombia, 2 children, and us, and we start going out of the park. And then as we're about a mile from that lake, we see a car stranded on the side of the road. Nobody in it, so we go about another half mile, and sure enough, there's this young married couple, young 20s, and they're walking. They've got 5 miles to go to get out of this national park. It's almost 5. And so we talked to them for a second. We didn't have a tow rope, but it turns out they had a tow rope. We said, get in, jump in the back of the truck. We're going to go back to your car. So we take a little entourage, we go back to the car, we hook up the tow rope. Now we've got the young wife in our car, we got the young husband driving, we got a family of 4 behind us, we got 3 cars in entourage, and we get to the national park exit right at 5. And they wave at us, and they let us all out. We're able to get the Colombians in a car they felt safe to go start driving on their journey. We're able to get the young couple to a place where they can pick up a tow truck. We're able to save these families and send them on their way. There's a few things I wanted to take away from that story, and the first thing is I believe in God. I mean, to be on that mountain and to see lava rocks that were from the ground up this big, that had flown about a mile or more in the air, and had been spewed from this huge mountain that came out of the earth, and to feel the power of that mountain in person and the crackling of lightning. I mean, how could you not believe in a supreme being or a creator? It was amazing. He's powerful. But I also believe in a God of miracles. And I believe he works miracles through you and through us. There was a whole series of events that had to happen for us to be going down the way we did from Cotopaxi, stopping at that lake, being stopped to have to wait for a guide. There was a lot of things that had to happen for us to be able to rescue that family of four. We weren't supposed to be there that day. We weren't supposed to be there that late in the day. But I believe that we were there for a purpose, to rescue that family of four. And then to go further down the road and rescue that family of two, it was a miracle. And God works miracles through you. Is he powerful? Absolutely. Are you his hands? I believe that 100%. And we are embarking on a journey. I was a very poor kid from a very wealthy neighborhood. And people say that, right? Yes. Well, most of my childhood, I didn't have a bedroom. I slept on a couch in the front room where we just didn't have space. So when I say that, I mean that. But my friends were very wealthy. And I knew when I grew up, I wanted to do something big with my life. I wanted to help people. I wanted to be successful. And so I started interviewing all my friends' dads. One of my best friends, his dad was uber successful. He was the CEO of the Great Western Forum in Los Angeles. Anybody from Los Angeles in the house? Come on. LA? Yeah, okay, there's a handful, right? You know what the Great Western Forum is, right? Hollywood Park Racetrack CEO, right? And I talked to a bunch of dads, and they all tell me what they did, and I couldn't figure it out. A lawyer, a plumber, a doctor, these guys had all made a lot of money. But this guy, Mike Finnegan, said, if you want to be successful, Lance, it doesn't matter what you do. Find a great mentor. Find a great mentor. And so I followed that throughout my life. Now, when we climbed Cotopaxi, we had a guide. If we didn't have a guide, we wouldn't have been able to find the right street. We wouldn't have been able to find the right path. We wouldn't have been able to climb to the top of this mountain. When you start this business, you're going to climb a mountain. It's not easy. It's not easy to do a home-based business. It's great when you're surrounded by all this energy and you feel all this love and passion and excitement. But when you get home, it's you and your phone, and the phone looks really heavy. And the business starts to feel really small. And you're like, man, how am I going to climb this mountain? Find a great mentor. What's great about this industry, about this company, is you have people that have made millions of dollars in a home-based business that are willing to mentor you. That are willing to teach you. That are willing to train you. If you want to get to the top of the mountain, the first thing you got to do is be a great follower, a great learner. You got to go find somebody who's done it and follow them up, hold on to their shirt tails. When I started 15 years ago, I didn't know what I was doing, so I held on to the shirt tails of a multi-millionaire. And at the beginning, I was terrified of network marketing. I was terrified of skincare. We were selling facials. I was 33 at the time. Like, hey, want to come back to my place? We'll do facials. Not super cool, right? I used to do that like after golfing. Hey, let's go back after the round. We'll do facials. Nobody takes me golfing anymore, right? So, but then I followed him enough until I could do it. And then what I did is like the guide that goes up. Every one of you has the ability to be successful in this business. Find a great mentor, follow the mentor, follow the tools, follow the skills that you're going to learn today up the mountain. But once you get to the top of the mountain, whatever that is for you, is that 1,000 a month? Is that 5,000 a month? Is that 50,000 a month? Is that 100,000 a month? Is that 1,000,000 a month? I have a belief. We have people that are close to 100,000 a month already in this company. I have a belief that we'll have people that do hundreds of thousands, if not $1,000,000 a month coming out of this room right here. That's how great I think you are. Give yourselves a hand. I think that deserves a 2 clap. Ready? 2 clap. Hey, who are we? What time is it? I forgot to start with that. I always start with that. I stole Who Are We Govey because Angel's been stealing 2 clap for 7 months. So I said, that one's mine. There's no mine in network marketing. You teach people, and then they borrow it. You might reference Angel the first time, but next time it's mine. Trust me. So in this business, we've come out with a different kind of model. I don't know if you've seen in home-based business, there's been a lot of companies, huge companies, that have gone out of business in the last 7 months. There's a lot of smaller companies that have launched and or failed in the last 7 months. I do not know of another company that has grown as fast as ours that launched last year. I don't know of another company in the world, and most large companies are declining rapidly. And my feeling, my belief is it's time for a better brand of company. It's time for a better opportunity. It's time, my original mentor used to say, you gotta get a checkup from the neck up. You know, our industry needs to get a checkup from the neck up. For things to change, you've got to change. For things to get better, you've got to get better. We need to deliver a better brand of company. And that's what we set out to do with Govey. We started with a product, this fuel tablet, because we knew that it worked, won the Nobel Prize. We knew that even customers saved money on the product. We knew that we could deliver it to the market quickly, and we knew that if we could get everybody using this product, we could reduce emissions 50% or more almost overnight. That is a powerful message and a powerful story. We knew from the very beginning to be a large company, we were going to have to transition into other products. One of the things about this fuel tablet is it's a weekly consumption product at best. It's a powerful product. It's an easy product. It's a product that everybody should use, but at best you're consuming it once, maybe twice a week, and some people as little as once a month. So coming out of this event, you're going to see a new lineup of products being offered by Govey from now moving forward. We're going to move from weekly consumption products to daily consumption products, to multiple times a day consumption products. So think about that for you that are the ground floor. And this group here represents 24,000 promoters around the world. When they start consuming your products daily, and when they can start consuming your products multiple times a day, without growing your business at all, your business will double and then triple for just keeping them together, for just staying the course. We have events planned around the world this year. We're going to hit Mexico next week. Is that right? We have an event planned. Only Carla? Anybody else excited about Mexico? We have a Philippines kickoff event in March. We're projecting between 1,000 and 2,000 people in our Philippines kickoff event. We have an official Korea kickoff coming in May. We did a pre-launch event. They'd only been in the business for about a month, and they had about 400 people at their pre-launch event. They're projecting 3,000 people in Korea in May. As a company, we have a business plan, we have a line of products, we have marketing tools, we have countries and leaders lined up, and we have a clear path projection to do 100 million in sales over the next year. Do you know what 100 million in sales does for the people in this room? That's more than enough volume for every single one of you to be a superstar. No, you don't want to be a superstar? Every single one of you can be a superstar, and to really hit our goals, then you need to go down the mountain and go help those on the side and help them climb the mountain with you. We need superstar makers. We need you to go out and answer other people's prayers. We need you to go out in this world where there's a lot of fear, there's wars, there's economic turmoil, there's a lot of these home-based businesses going out of business or merging or struggling. We need you to go give hope to your friends, to your family, to your neighbors. This doesn't work if you keep it a secret. It only works if you get fired up. My wife's going to die, I tell this story, but the first event I ever went to, this elderly lady gets on stage. She's in her 70s, and she says, "Network marketing is a lot like sex. Nothing happens until somebody gets excited. Get excited! You're in the right place. You're at the right time. We're about to blow the doors off this." I'll leave you with my time. I got going. I'm way out of time. Okay, here we go. I need a 2 clap. Bang! Who are we? What time is it? If you are a superstar or are going to be a superstar this year, stand up and give yourself a round of applause.
Network marketing is like sex, nothing happens, and somebody gets